For the 56th straight year, the WFMY News 2 Holiday Blood Drive is ready for you to roll up your sleeve and give the gift of life. But this year, it's in a new location, and there will be some changes to keep everyone safe. Dr. Yvette Miller with the American Red Cross is here to answer your questions to make sure you're able to help others. You can text your questions to 336-379-5775. The number is also at the bottom of your screen. Dr. Miller, thanks so much for taking the time to be here today. The first question, of course, is will the blood drive be safe?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me first. And yes, the blood drive will be safe. We're taking, every CDC recommended precaution in terms of safety of the donation space. With additional, everyone has to wear a mask. All staff, volunteers, anyone at the site has to wear a mask. And we do additional deep cleaning, and there is social distancing. And before anyone can enter into the donation site, their temperature is taken, and they have to answer a series of questions regarding, having symptoms of COVID or being exposed to COVID. So we absolutely ensure the safety of the donation site.
And for all the donors who have donated over the years, the first thing they'll notice is it's at a new location.
Yes, it will be at a new location. Again, we had to have adequate space for the social distancing and all of, again, the recommended precautions, in terms of safety for everyone. So there is a new site this year.
And it's at Piedmont Hall. If you're not familiar at home, Piedmont Hall is part of the Greensboro Coliseum complex area. It's actually kind of their new music venue they just recently opened up. What should people expect when they walk in, from the point which should they walk in to the point where they sit down to actually donate?
Well, again, it has to be very orderly, and everyone has to have their temperature taken and ask a series of questions before they can enter into the donation site. So everyone is recommended to have an appointment. That's one of the ways that we will maintain order and be able to have social distancing and all those things that need to be in place. But we will take walk-ins, but again, we encourage people to have an appointment because, again, that helps us work with the flow and have adequate flow and not having a lot of people standing in line waiting to get in. So definitely try to make an appointment.
Like most other things these days, everything kind of takes a little bit longer to do. Should people plan for more time while they're there than usual?
What I always encourage people to do is bring a little extra patience. As you said, during COVID-19, everything takes much longer than you plan. So definitely bring your patience with you. And even though you have an appointment, sometimes, things go a little bit slower. But, I've donated recently at a fairly large drive, and things went pretty smoothly. But again, this is a really large drive. It's the 50th drive, and it's very popular. So we do encourage people to pack their patience and make an appointment.
I imagine there is maybe some apprehension for people who aren't used to being around a lot of people, especially right now. What can you tell them to assure them that, when they roll their sleeve up and their arm is exposed to other people, that, that what they're doing is completely safe?
Absolutely. Thank you. So again, I already mentioned all the precautions that we're taking, but we do the same arm scrub and handle the donors in the same way that we always had. So, we take the same care now that we have taken before. And so, there shouldn't be anything that will make donors feel anxious. As a matter of fact, the level of cleaning and the other processes and procedures that we have in place, and the wearing of masks and the social distancing, all those things should give people an additional level of comfort that wasn't in place when you could just enter into the donation site and just take walk-ins. So again, to make things more orderly and to give all the donors space, we do encourage people to make an appointment. And again, that should give people a level of comfort too, that there will not be congestion in the collection site. If they just take the opportunity to make an appointment, things will definitely go much smoother.
And I don't know about you, but my favorite part has always been the cookies, the snacks afterward. Will there be snacks?
Yes, there's always snacks because, but the snacks are individually packaged. So, in the past, there was sort of a community property table where you could get your snacks, but now all snacks are individually wrapped. And again, there'll be someone in or multiple people generally in the canteen area to make sure that, there's spacing when people come to sit down after the drive and after they donate, and also to make sure that all the snacks are handled in a way that there's sort of no community property. Again, that snacks are packaged and available for people in that way.
I probably should have saved the snack question till the end, but it's such a high priority for me. I wanted to make
It
sure that I got
is.
that
It
out there.
is.
Dr. Miller, someone had asked, will the blood donations get tested for COVID antibodies?
Yes, absolutely. All whole blood, platelet, and plasma donations are tested for COVID antibodies. And the wonderful thing is that we are going to extend the testing of these antibodies well after the first of the year. So people that's definitely been popular, and people come to donate and really appreciate the fact that we are testing for antibodies. And this is a very valuable piece of health information.
A question that goes along with that, and actually should have been the first question before that one, will the blood donations get tested for coronavirus?
Well, no, we don't test specifically for the coronavirus. We test the plasma. So again, about the coronavirus testing, we do, anyone that has any symptoms, has not been feeling well, we absolutely discourage people who have any of the symptoms associated with coronavirus to not present to donate. And so when we do testing, when, hospitals and other facilities do testing for the coronavirus, again, that's a very different test. That's a diagnostic test than what we do for the antibody testing. The antibody testing just gives the donor basically a look at whether they've been exposed to the virus. So it's not a diagnostic test. It's just a piece of health information that shows whether you've been exposed to the virus or not.
Okay, well, Dr. Miller, I appreciate your time in this first segment. We have a lot more questions coming up, so we're going to take a quick break. Keep texting us those questions, and we'll see you right after the break.